Buju Abi Nindigenacause, Ajijak Nindodame, White Earth, Nindunjaba, Bemidji, Ninda. I haven't taken Ojibwe Moen 1 yet, so if I butchered that, my bad. My presentation is on the humanized environment, chapters 13.1 and 13.2. I originally wanted to do all 4 sections in this chapter, but I had it all done and it was going to be way too long over the time limit we have, so I had to cut it down to just 2. Natural hazards and natural disasters. Natural hazards. Earth's processes including tectonic, hydrological, and meteorological that have potential to impact human lives and property. Natural disasters. Earth's processes including tectonic, hydrological, and meteorological that cause serious damage to human lives and property. Natural hazards can become natural disasters if the natural hazard is in the way of people and where they live, or say animals, people's, like around humans. Tectonic hazards and disasters. Earth's lithosphere. Earth's upper mantle and crust. This is broken into 15 major plates and several minor plates. Plates are in constant motion. Tectonic plates can diverge, spread apart, converge, come together, transform, slide past one another. For me, it is really cool. Not cool, but yeah, cool. That there is like plates in the Earth's surface, like in the crust. It's weird that to me that they are also all moving, like constantly. Tectonic hazards and disasters. Seafloor spreading. A diverging plate boundary underwater where new oceanic crust is being formed along the plate boundary. So if I move myself real quick, you can see this is a diagram of seafloor spreading. Subduction zones, a converging plate boundary where the denser oceanic plate descends under the less dense continental plate. So you can see in this diagram, like, it's moving downward, turns into magma, magma rises, and then the volcano erupts. Volcanic arc, a chain of volcanoes that parallel the subduction zone. Trenches are long, narrow, deep features that mark the place where an oceanic plate is subducting under a continental plate. Ring of fire, tectonically active region of volcanoes and earthquakes on plate boundaries around the Pacific Ocean. So this red all along here, that is where the major volcanoes are. Most of them are active and they can erupt basically at any time. Tsunamis, seismic sea waves that can result from underwater earthquakes or volcanoes. Not all of the tsunamis are from underwater earthquakes. Not all underwater earthquakes are going to create tsunamis. Hydrological hazards and disasters. Glaciation, a period of global cooling during which continental ice sheets and mountain glaciers expand. Floodplains, flat areas adjacent to river channels that are designed to flood. Flash floods happen when excessive rain or meltwater from snow and overflow rivers fill riverbeds and cause rapid rise in water levels. So this picture is actually, I want to say, like, as you're coming from Grand Forks into Minnesota, I believe. We know this because this actually, like, happened a little bit ago. Maybe like a couple weeks ago over there, because their floodwater rose up and I don't know if it did flood everything. I know it was very high, but I believe that it went back down. Impervious surfaces, concrete and asphalt surfaces in buildings that prevent rain dumped from large storms from percolating into soil and down into the groundwater. Meteorological and climatological hazards and disasters. Meteorological hazards created by the uneven heating of Earth's and Earth's atmosphere. Monsoons, predictable patterns of winds coming from a certain direction for an extended period of time. I want to say these happen more so over in Asia because I want to say that's where they happen, but these are, they're kind of like tornadoes basically, but over there they call them monsoons. How do humans impact Earth through land use, water use, and resource extraction? Scientists have reported that we have entered a new geological epoch, the Anthropocene. The number of people on Earth is only continuing to rise, predicted 9.9 billion by the year 2050. That is a lot of people. Humans created great strain on land by clearing forests, building infrastructure, mining minerals, growing crops, raising livestock, and creating busy cities. Palm oil. Palm oil, it is an inexpensive oil derived from palm trees, oil palm trees, not palm trees that I don't think you don't see these ones in Florida. Used in everything from snack foods to shampoo. Palm oil is found in 50% of the items at the grocery store, so that is like half the items. Tropical forests are being deforested at a greater rate, and land is cleared through burning to plant oil palm plantations. Water use. Renewable resources are a resource that can be replenished even as they're being used. Non-renewable resource is a resource that cannot be reused. You get to use it once and then it's gone. Water is a renewable resource. Hydrological cycle. Continual circulation of water among the atmosphere, ocean, and above and below the land surface. Global water system. Cycle of water through Earth that accounts for human water use in the built environment. So this is basically a picture of the water cycle, how it works. A plastic ocean. Humans have invented and began using plastic in millions of goods and products in the last century. Plastics over time break down slowly, but they do not biodegrade. They are usually disposed of in the ocean or find their way from beaches through waterways that empty into the ocean. These plastic pieces have been disposed of incorrectly. Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a cluster of plastics and trash in northern Pacific Ocean that move in a gyre around high pressure system. So this is a picture of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's crazy to me how people can just dispose of their garbage in the ocean. Like, that's somebody else's home. Like, not somebody else's, but like other animals, fish, sea life. That's their home, and we just want to throw our tourist trash in there. Whenever my family goes to Florida quite often, and anytime we go there, I make sure that I am picking up a garbage full of plastic off the beach so it does not end up in the ocean. Resource extraction. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans have relied on hydrocarbons as a source of fuel. Hydrocarbons, chemical components of oil and natural gas. Coal first powered steam engines in factories, trains, and ships. Indoor heating and cooling system create a demand for energy. Power plants are often fueled by coal. Coal can power a lot of stuff. The automobile created a need for oil, gasoline. Fracking is a way of extracting natural gas. It has consequences including pollution of the groundwater from chemicals pumped into the ground to release and extract the natural gas. This is a demonstration of fracking, just how the well goes in, you're getting the gas flows out, and then it's transferred and used. That wraps up my presentation. Thank you all for listening. I know that I didn't present this for anybody, but is there any questions? Again, I wish I could have done the whole presentation, but I believe I already went over on time. And thank you. Holy man, I went